Well, first of all, thank you for everybody for coming here. I know a lot of you have a lot of stuff, a lot of you are in the house with the family and can be doing some other important stuff at home. But then you decided to, come over here and have some respect for the veteran, especially May 14. It's when we move out of Laos and try and settle for a safer place. And that is why we have today as an important day. It's a special day for the Hmongs. But we're gonna start with our keynote speaker. So please help me welcome State Senator Jerry Petruski.
Good afternoon. Honored veterans, honored guests, dear friends. I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you on this Hmong Veterans Day 2019. Today we gather to recognize the Hmong veterans that bravely uprooted their lives to serve as an ally to the United States of America and sacrifice everything to prevent the spread of communism. It is humbling to see so many Hmong heroes in this crowd, but also in the Wasi community and across our state. I feel blessed to consider so many of them my friends, my brothers. As we come together today to pay tribute to nearly 40,000 Hmong soldiers who lost their life in Laos in the fight for freedom, I feel it is important to look further and to understand what was in the heart of a soldier, what went through their minds of each of those 40,000 soldiers as they entered their last battle. As my father would always remind me, you cannot truly understand what is in a man's heart unless you've walked in their shoes. This is especially important in understanding a soldier. Knowing they could be killed any moment in combat, knowing they may never be able to say goodbye to their loved ones or watch their children grow up. The experience of a Hmong Lao veteran is undoubtedly different from the experience of soldiers serving in Afghanistan. And while the reasons for conflict and weapons have changed and evolved over time, I feel the heart and mind of a soldier has remained the same. No matter what war, no matter what battle, no matter what decade they served, the letters written by soldiers to their loved ones back home are always so much alike. In their spare moments, sometimes from the trenches on the front lines, soldiers put their pen to paper and poured out their hearts to their wife, their father, their mother, or their girlfriend back home, not knowing that will be the last chance they had to tell them how much they loved them. The most important way for me to describe the experience of a soldier going into combat is to read directly from the words of a soldier. Today I am reading one of the most moving letters that I've ever read. A letter written in 1861 by Major Sullivan Ballou. He wrote to his wife, his beloved wife, Sarah. And it was indeed the last letter that he ever wrote to his loving wife. And he starts out saying, "My dearest Sarah, the indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. Unless I should not be able to write you again, I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall unto your eyes when I am no more. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause for which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how American civilization now leans upon the triumph of the government, and how great a debt to those we went before us through the blood and suffering of the revolution. And I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all the joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but divine power can break. And yet my love of country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistible to all those chains to the battlefield. The memory of all blissful moments I have enjoyed with you come crowding over me. I feel most deeply grateful to God and to you that I have enjoyed them for so long. And how hard it is for me to give them up and burn to ashes the hopes for future years when, God willing, we might have still loved and lived together and seen our boys growing up to honorable manhood around us. If I do not return, my dear Sarah, never forget how much I love you, nor that when my last breath escapes me on the battlefield, it will whisper your name. Sarah, forgive me for all my faults and the many pains I have caused you. How thoughtless, how foolish I have sometimes been. But oh, Sarah, if the dead can come back to this earth and flit unseen around those they love, I shall always be with you in the brightest day and the darkest night. Always, dear Sarah, always. And when the soft breeze fans your cheek, it shall be my breath. Or the cold air at your throbbing temple, it shall be my spirit passing by. Sarah, do not mourn me dead. Think I am gone, and wait for me, for we shall meet again. I believe this soldier's letter transcends time and culture, cultural differences, and encapsulates the thoughts going through a soldier's mind before battle. This letter speaks to those soldiers that never got the chance to explain what was in their hearts. Overall, it tells of the love of a soldier has for his family and for his country. Whether it is in Laos or in the United States of America, it is a love for freedom and doing what is right at any cost. To all the veterans here and to those only here in spirit, thank you for your selfless sacrifice that you have made for our country. I pray that Almighty God will bless you and keep you always, and that He will continue to bless the United States of America, land of the free, because of the brave. Thank you, and God bless you always.
Okay, thanks again, Senator. There is a very inspiring story that you just brought up. A lot of the veterans here have the same thought when they're on the battlefield. Thank you. Well, before we continue on, I'd like to thank the American Legions for your support of the days. Being a veteran, for your support of the days. You've been out here early in the morning up until now, so we're gonna dismiss you. You can come back and find a seat over there, you know. But yes, you're welcome to dismiss. So, it's okay. Ta bechen chonsi tia. Ego halina to nita onev zishler. Our guest speaker, John Weller, or the general manager of the Highground.
Thank you, Dee. I am doing very well. Thank you. Sorry, I was in a tour. So my name is John Weiler. I am the executive director here at the Highground Veterans Memorial Park. I am a veteran, a 28-year Army veteran. I retired in June of 2017, and I took this position over immediately following that. I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you veterans. Your story is very, very inspiring to me. I actually just finished a class at UWSP, Asian American history. It was very, very interesting. My main reason for taking that class is to find out about your sacrifice and your service. That story is absolutely incredible. I was amazed, you know, it was northeastern Laos, right? The mountains of northeastern Laos. Just you guys surviving there and trying to just be who you are and be what you are, and you got caught up in all of this, and it was inspiring to me. And I admire each and every one of you for your service and sacrifice. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. All of you Hmong veterans, I really appreciate everything that you're doing. So quickly about the High Ground. We were built originally by Vietnam veterans for Vietnam veterans. That's what this park was all about. It was built because of what you guys did in Vietnam. However, right after they built it, they realized that they never wanted another veteran to be treated the way that they were when they returned. And so now we can proudly say that we are encompassing all veterans, all eras. But this park still is Vietnam heritage. That is what we are. The service and sacrifice for those Vietnam veterans, that's still what it's about. So we are very, very proud to be associated with you all here. So thank you very much for being here. All of you guys standing out against the wall, thank you. Thank you for everything that you have done. And thank you for being here today. So that's it, B. Thank you.
Thanks, John. I'm going to interpret more, as much as I remember. Rongxia, Janko, ni ya the manager, ya the high ground, ni ku Rongxia hadia, ni ku tao nhang, tao ya, sa pe có trò trò Vietnam, ta ta pe chơi cái team Hmong năng trà, và tao là một thơ có trò trò đời, ni bỏ, tao ya chẳng chân thì muốn nông bị khương gầu. Nếu có tao thả mình chỉ gì là hay địa, ta cá có trò trò đời, trong hư tại đó là tôi tham gia tới chỗ nào, là những chỉ mong theo cho rằng bao giờ lời thiên, chỉ是温度说了参加年头年nào, cũng muốn theo họ chơi trong lịch họ nào, là mùi rượu và bao bát chia cho sự đời, còn tới mình tới nhiều bao thiệp bỏ, do sao, hay địa có trò trò đời, thâu lò nữ trong lịch cha. Giờ phía thế trong lò nên hôm nay nó chẳng chúa cho một sao xìa nhỏ xử lý nên cho cô tôi cho là trồng đốn được có là hiện tại nó cho tàu tàu chế và tôi sẽ tàu nó nào giờ lên nó thì dễ khó kể giờ thì một xin chỉ cho sơ đời nếu giờ tụ manager nhớ trong đời khó Highground nào chỉ sẽ để sơ đời sẽ kia nó cái nhớ rồi. Our next speaker is Katie Steele. Please welcome Katie Steele.
Thank you, B. I'm from the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs, and on behalf of Governor Tony Evers and Department of Veterans Affairs Secretary Designee Mary Kolar, thank you for allowing me to join you in remembering and honoring the thousands of Hmong and Lao veterans for not only their service, but also for the incredible sacrifices made in their service, fighting alongside the United States. I am honored and humbled to be among you. We collectively owe an incredible amount of gratitude to the veterans and descendants of those Hmong and Lao who served under incredibly daunting circumstances in the Special Guerrilla Unit of General Vang Pao, What you went through during the Vietnam War and the courage and persistence displayed afterward can never be diminished and must never be forgotten. Looking back 44 years ago, today is a day that is often remembered with sadness, but it's also one to be remembered with hope. Hope of a new life and freedom in America. Many Americans do not know or fully understand the countless American lives saved due to the bravery and honor with which the Hmong fought. They fought at a very high cost. In return, they lost their homeland. Many attempted to relocate to the United States and came here with nothing. Too often, the welcome received was inappropriate or unkind. We must never forget the legacy and the sacrifices of those soldiers and their families, and they must know that they were not made in vain. We as a society must continue to educate those who may be unaware and properly remember the price paid for your service. We must also always remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice and were never able to come to this country. We can honor and educate in various ways, and it's happening around our state as communities are working to add monuments and memorials to Hmong veterans. The Highground is a beautiful example. The Highground is a place where there are already tributes to Vietnam veterans, women veterans, Native American veterans, the veterans of World War I and II, Korean veterans, and families that lost loved ones. The Lao Hmong Learning Exhibit highlights the culture and history of those veterans and their service, and it's one important way we can educate and make sure that we never forget. The Wisconsin Lao Veterans of America has done an outstanding job working with the Wisconsin government to provide opportunities for us to recognize those who gave their lives by replacing hundreds of American soldiers in Laos. We at the Department of Veterans Affairs have been honored to be invited to many events throughout the years as we pay our respects to those who served. It's our duty to recognize, honor, and never forget. We are committed and determined as we work together to solve today's challenges while doing things such as helping Hmong Lao veterans adjust to their lives in America and its culture and appropriately honor deceased veterans with funeral services. Sean Stoker is our department's liaison, and he's taken on the initiative of providing better outreach to our state's Hmong Lao veterans. Sean has been reaching out to different areas of the state and working better to serve you and your families. With the efforts of Senator Petrusky, and thanks to the contributions and oral histories of Hmong and Lao veterans, our Wisconsin Veterans Museum added a special recognition of their experiences to our formal Vietnam War exhibit. While our main charge at the WLVA is to serve and advocate on behalf of Wisconsin's veterans, our mission includes educating and raising awareness of those who served in promoting the importance and the value of the sacrifices made on our behalf. To those veterans that are with us today, thank you for your service and your sacrifices. To the families of veterans, thank you so much for everything and your sacrifices as well. And on behalf of the governor and the secretary, may God bless you. Thank you.
Once again, thank you, Kathy. I'm going to translate as much as I remember for what you just said. To those Hmong spoken, กูยอมแต่ละหมดใช้เมนจีขอคุณยอเตายอจินเจอลีแค่ที่ให้ที่ชีก่อนนี้ต่อหัวเดียวแต่ชิโนแค่ที่ still ในวัวหลุยยัดเอา Wisconsin Department of Vietnam Veteran เลยอ่ะในกูอยากอีตัววัวหลุยยัดจะได้เอาจะ Governor ในอยากอีตัวในกูต่อละหมดให้เดียรุ่นหนึ่งยาตาทรมานสิว่าในพลบาปอยากอีตัวหนึ่งเชิญจังที่มันองกีนอกจากตัวยาอวดสินพลบาปตัวอวดสิริมอตมอนชามอตุเซียนจีดาชาจะละมุนปวดลุเตลุเชอป้าโดยจอ CIA Department กูอยากเขาเชิญจังที่มันองกีเกินเขาสุดท้ายยาเทียนตัวยาอวดในอวดทรมานชิมอลที่อยู่อวดเตาที่จิตตาลินเตยอยากอีกขออวดในยืนยันจงที่รุ่นเดียเตยนอนตอนนี้จะกูตู้จอดชัวร์ลิงสตูจีให้ในปีให้นั่งเราอยากเลยให้นั่ง有么子建议呢？我一起保持到。他们哩呢，那也一路都是天也一路啥还的，也路是和被对车，帮车，就是个被人中了还的，被摸考题，就เรา冇报考中，被拉沙的全咯。เราหมดตัวชาติไทยตัวชาติชนอยาอีขอเกมวยอีสักยี่พังจนเจเทียอีลุนตูดาเดตัวเป็นสุดตัวปอปัจจัยตรงนี้นู่นนี่เนาะในกูตัวถามเป็นชิ้นสีเลยเดียวตรงนี้นู่นนี่เนาะเป็นตัวยัดตัวตรงเตะแต่ชิเนาะชิมวยจอดที่เยอะชิมวยจอดตรงนี้เนี่ยสีตัวยาตันเตะเนาะเลยแต่ชิก็เป็นตรงเชียเทียนยอก้าเดียวเจอชิมวยจอดก็จอดที่นี่จังเนี่ยวันนี้วันสีชีหายเป็นหายแน่งเราอย่าเลยหายแน่งก็ปลอเลยจู่ๆแล้วยชิมวยที่เขาจู่เรียกขนมสีเลยแต่ชิก็มัวจะมองไฮกราวด์เยอะเขาเจอจู่ยอดจะกูตัวจอดชีหายไปก็จอดที่ยอดเขาเจอแต่เนาะเอียงในหลังตือหอยจะสติเนี่ยเตจีเตคือเตตีเราอยากจงจ่อเฉลยอยากกุกาก็ตัวจะคนเชิดเนาะจิตาลินได้ยอดชันแมรสันดาแล้วกูมั่วอีกลูกมิวเซียมจะละโมถัวเทียตัวจะแก่งคืนเจียนเตายอดดาให้สันนิจกุตุเจ้าว่าเนี่ยนู่นนี่เนาะจึงมัวจะเชียร์ยาเราอยากจะต่อท่าชินังตมดชาจะมันปลุกได้เจอจิตกัหล่อเลยยังมั่วยอดดาเทียยอนในหลังตือจะไม่ต้องมีเฉลยhọ sẽ bao đầu chắc là họ muốn hiểu thế dạng trong này và chắc chắn cho cô tu trợ. Giờ khả năng này cô tao thản gì là thì在trong thiết thể là giờ thì chúng một chỗ này cho cô tu trợ nhất cho khả năng nhưng mà chắc cái chia sẻ thì mà chắc cái và trong lúc này đây là giờ tận đây là thì là giờ thanh niên và thiết thì một trò cho tu dân thành chế cho thế họ chơi và giờ khi tao và giờ họ cái lời giờ này tôi sẽ tuân chỉ một chỉ cái chỉ ta Next is President Va Zong Ban, who is the son of General Wen Pao. Please welcome.
Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, veterans and families. First of all, I would like to thank John Weiler, the Highground Manager, General Manager, for providing the Highground for the Lao veteran of Wisconsin to come celebrate, honor and pay respect to our Lao Hmong soldiers who participate with the U.S. government during the Vietnam War in Laos 1961 to 75. May 14 is very important for the Lao Hmong. May 14, 1975 is the day the Vang Pao flew out of Laos, the day that the Hmong and Lao lost their homeland, and also the day that the Hmong and the Lao have a new life in the new nation. So May 14 of every year, we, as the veteran, as the family, or as the Lao Hmong who came from Laos, will use this day to pay respect to our leader, Joe Van Pao, to our comrade in arms who fought along the U.S. during that war. Special thanks to the U.S. government for support us during the Vietnam War. Without the support of the U.S. government, we will never fight against the North Vietnamese troops with good training. But as a special guerrilla unit, without the support of the U.S. government, we be able to fight with the North Vietnamese for 15 years. So I'm proud of our Lao Hmong SCU who fought hard and protect our land from the communist Party Lao and the North Vietnamese. Even though U.S. pulled out of Laos, we lost our country, but we still be a good ally of the United States during that war. We came to this country. Now most of us are U.S. citizens. We are still good ally of the United States and also a good citizen of the country. Anyway, for the Hmong American, we still a lot of things to do in the future. We hope that the state government, the federal government, and the city official will try to support us as much as they can. Nó nào cái ino chỉnh chỉnh, cái tôi là Highground này à, tôi giờจะไปจากตัวตัวจ่อไปให้ฟงไปยังบ่ให้เดียนี่กบเล่าส่งอีเทียจะปอยาเจ้าชียานู้ที่ในพลเต่าเต๋อเอาลุยรอลงเก่งมันจะไทยเตนู้นเต๋อยาตู้ไปถือให้เดียยาตู้ไปพงเชิญชื่อเตชื่อเชิญที่ในพลเต๋อละเดไปcho chỉ tôi cho chỉ là phun cây gió hồ là pe tiền tiền tất cả tất kỳ là hai rong là hai chua là đi tua một tổ sát tê tê pe mong tổ mong cái tổ lui chạy thầu phong sờn rồi chỉ cho tua tờ hai rong tua tôi đi năm khòng một tuần đầu phá tù bây giờ tù xe cần cầu ra thì để trả cá lìa cái gì bao nhiêu tiền mẹ có lâu nó giờ in nó chẳng chẳng cho cái hành mong hành lo sẽ đời hai cho cái cha nhà cha gì cho cô tu ca toàn cha cháu hai tiền còn nó mẹ có lâu chia đôi sòng có cái cho cô tu ca cái cho cái sản xuất phư cái cho mẹ tôi bây giờ nè xỉa sala để lúc xỉa hở để tôi cho cái con chỉ hai tiền nhau tất cả đó nhau được Highgroundนั่นเลยnhững tòa state capital là nhau khó chơi từ nữa và lúc cùng họ cũng tôi chọn được một thọ gặp cái chân nhà chân tí chân cứ chân tí nên tổ một cổng ấy tổ một món kiến thức kiến khả đó ở bên bao hai tiền lúc nào cái giờวัน Tuesday cái giờ thu từ ở hậu lử thế mình tiêu nhiều một quyển thâu có chỉ muốn những tổ cổng bên trong bên cái tổ hắn chỉ thừa tiền giờ cho ô tô tra cái hay cho họ chỉ tàu họ chỉ muốn làm một cả và là cho chỉ tàu lao cả hiện tôi nói cáiตัวเขาเนาะถึงให้แต่ยาชีพูนี่เนี่ยเดินนาแกละไอ้ตัวต่อหมดเลยนะยังยังขอร้องกันเลยไอ้ตัวจอไปจากคนตัวจอนะว่าจอไปจะเนี่ยจะตีจะคือจะตีจะตู้จะไทยนู่นน่ะนี่ตัวเขาเนาะยังเขาเตรียมจีล่าไอ้วันนี้จะอะไรกันเนี่ยก็เป็นอย่างจงให้แต่มั่วไปจากคนตัวจอมั่วที่เนี่ยพลว่าเป็นจะเนี่ยจะจีจะปอจะเยอะจะคือจะตีว่าตั้งชาหมูปอรุ่นเตรุ่นเจอได้เฉิมปลอดเลยตกเป็นเกิดชีรุ่นตกเก่าชีรุ่นส่งเอ้เป็นถึงให้เดี๋ยวเป็นเขาป้องเตป้องเชอละรุ่นเตเชออเมริกาเนาะเป็นต่อเป็นตัวย่อตกเขาเนาะตัวเห็นเนาะก็เป็นตัวโตให้เดี๋ยวเป็นมุ่งยิ่งมั่วเจนฉีดรุ่นเตเชออเมริกาเนาะก็เขาเดี๋ยวเป็นตรงจอดแล้วตีไทยก็จอดยาลาเนาะก่อนเป็นรุ่นเตเชอถ้าป้องเทียก่อนแล้วก็เกี่ย ว่าเจ้ามหาอำนาจราชได้เชิญเกิดแต่ย่อคอด้วยเหตุนอเป้ห้องมั่วเตียนฉีดอเมริกาเรามั่วเตียนฉีดเป้ห้องยันโจเนอร์ด้วยเหตุนอเป้ปงเตปงเชอรัวเตจอดเป้ตัวรู้เตเชิญนะต้นทอเลยย่อตัวจอดเตเมตุ้มตัวเกิดเจขนองนี่จาละกะเลียก็เป้ยันโจเดียวเป้ตัวย่อรู้เตเชิญนอเลยเป้จุกเกิดวันหนึ่งจงตัวรู้เตเชิญนอก็เป้เตเมตุ้มไม่อยากเกิดแต่หมดดอกเชียถ้าเป้เตเมตุ้มไม่อยากก็ต้องมันจะละวันหนอชื่อเจียแต่ย่อเขาซีดีบ่ย่อเข้าตีบ่ย่อเขาสเตทบ่ละฝุ่นเดือดโลโวละเต้นนอก็เป้เฉลยให้มองเฉลยเป้เธอเป้เตเมตุ้มไม่อยากก็มองมันก็รัวเราจะเขาเชิญตื่นแล้วกับเป้หมดหนึ่งมันเท่ารัวเราตรงเองเป้จะสามารถป้าแต่เป้ให้มองย่อตัวรู้เต้เชิญอเมริกาเนาะย่อตัวเขารู้เยรู้จักเป้จะมองย่อแต่น่ะกูจะรู้เท่านั้นตัวมั่วเป้หล่อที่เป้จะกูตุดตัวมั่วเรียนนอซื้อเท่าวัดจนนอตัวนี้ก็เลยให้เป้จะกูตุดก็เจอเลยก็จงใจใหญ่ตาเลยแล้วชีจาละกันเลียเป้ชดตัวละเป้ตัวเป้รู้เป้กูตุดเกิดเจียตัวเป้รู้เก่งเกิดเจียตัวเป้จุดเจ้งฉีน่ะเกิดเจียก็รู้ได้เชิญนะก็ป้อให้เจียเป้อย่าจะมั่วเจ้งฉีตัวละนะว่าจะพัฒนาสวัสดิ์ก็จะกูตุดนะตัวทรงนี่ตัวจะรองเกินเก่าในฐานะเนี่ยที่เนี่ยพ้นเจนเนี่ยกูท้าวันเจ้าตัวนี้ตัวตัวเป้เด็กตัวน้องจบทรงว่าตันเองนะเป้ว่ามูกาเป้เตี๋ยละเตี๋ยเชื่อเขาเราว่าต่อก็ตัวเจียนสีนะก่อนจะตัวรู้ที่เจนนะย่ามูจิมวนนุตานุเกิดให้ว่าจงต้อง
Thank you. Tampatawa Songwa. Continue on. Our next guest speaker is the director of Publisher Fog, Dennis Wood. Please help me welcome Dennis Wood.
Thank you for this privilege to be with you today. It is such an honor to stand with so many distinguished men and women for such a great cause and tribute. Today marks 44 years of liberation and freedoms for our brothers and their families, but their fight and journey were far longer than we could imagine here, and their struggles continue as well. For our American soldiers, it was 1 year, maybe 3 years for some, in a land we could not understand. Most of us survived to come home to the peace we grew up in. We carried scars that linger with us yet today of the horrific events we endured while serving there, fighting a war we did not understand, but our efforts were to help secure the freedoms we so often take for granted. For our brothers and sisters with us today, it was much different. It was hard to understand, and many of us had no idea what was going on in the secret wars with the CIA. I guess that's why they called it a secret war. I was one who, until just a few years ago, did not even know of our brother Vietnam veterans from Laos and how they helped us and helped to save many American lives as well. These families and communities were fighting for their lives from the day they were born. They had seldom time to enjoy the growing up as we did, playing in the streets freely and having the safety of our government and communities protecting us. They didn't have all the sophisticated school systems we enjoyed. They had to learn from their elders and the communities when they were allowed. There was so much diversity between their communities that the differences sometimes created conflicts amongst themselves as well. All these things they had to endure and work out amongst themselves while living a vigilant watch for the enemies to appear at any time. Our understandings of these sacrifices go beyond the comprehension of most, yet they live the battles of PTSD as much or even more than many of us. It is hard for us to imagine our parents or older siblings being drug out of our homes and tortured and slaughtered or inducted into death squads by the enemy's ruthless tactics. It is hard for us to understand our brothers and their families losing everything they had, their history, their family trinkets, and the land that they were born on, and their inheritances, because they wanted freedoms they deserved and refused to give in and give up to the communism and socialism. They chose to help us in the fight with struggles and sided with us through the CIA for promises that many never received. I'm not wanting to open up old wounds or remind them of their losses, but I want us and our country to understand them better and to help them find peace of mind for those who survived and for their children who now live with us too. I am reading a book given to me a month ago by my friend Neo Shujong and his committee during the Vietnam Veterans Day event. This book about one of their great leaders in the battle, General Vang Pao, who led their brave and courageous soldiers to many victories and conquests of their time, fighting for liberation and freedom they deserved. I wish he were here today so I could meet such a hero. General Vang Pao asked of then our President, John F. Kennedy, to provide covert military assistance to the irregular forces in the Royal Laotian government, which was the beginning of the secret war, and JFK, being much the same spirits for freedom, granted this request in the early 1960s. General Vang Pao had great visions and aspirations for his people. He led from his heart. He loved his Hmong people and wanted only the best for them. Some of his famous words were, "If I die, don't die with me. Always keep your heads high. Always follow your dreams. Keep loving the Hmong people. If you keep my dream for the Hmong alive, I will always be with you." I enjoy the recognition from my community and government, for the VA, for the services I have, a DD-214 that opens many doors that are closed to others, and for this I am grateful. Our Hmong Laotian veterans don't have that privilege because their homeland was lost and destroyed. I believe and will join in the fight to get our Vietnam veterans from there a DD-214 or the equivalent so that they can be eligible for benefits they deserve as Americans here now. I am so proud to see our brothers recognized and honored here at the Highgrounds as they should rightfully be. I am proud to see our brothers stand side by side as they honor us as we need to honor them. We are family and need to stand together. Thank you again for this privilege to speak and to share my thoughts and feelings on this respectful 44th anniversary. Enjoy this day and be sure to shake the hands of everyone you can. Welcome home and thank you.
Well, thank you, Dennis. Well, cô Shita thế chế cho ý phê cũng do Shita này cho lưu thế sĩ cũng do hay ý khó mê cho trong đó nữ giá cơ nó nếu cô hỏi điều nếu cô nó tàu chẳng tàu giá cho cô tu trò giá ta trò lò cho kế rộng tới giờ mua này cho cô tu trò Shita lên tới nếu cô Oh, now I'm done. Load of battery. Okay, lúc xưa thì nếu cô tu sửa thì nếu tao chỉ xin phun hoa bò thì xin phun hoa bò giờ ít tu nó thế nhận cho cái cứ lo được phong tới chỉ bắt thành là số mỗi chỗ này cô giờ ít họ và chỗ ít sao cái đại sửa thế giờ ít họ cái tu sửa更高thì是在培养中了看到要考头了的时候呢。ยังป้อเทียบป้อเตาเดี๋ยวจะนั่งพนว่าป้อยาอีหลังสีรองจอนเดอเชนห้องนึกว่าชดจัดชยาเราไม่เจอห้องจะจอนี่ทุกเนี่ยเราวันเดลินยอตาชินังเนี่ยใหญ่เป้มูเลยนี่ยังต่อให้นั่นเราอยากจะได้ดีๆอัพพวกกับปล้อให้เดียได้ดีๆอัพพวกกับปล้อได้ทอกับมัวอินโนเตอร์เตาชื่อชีจะยังนึกชี้ย้อนจอลูกขันตัวเราเลยเราก็ได้เตาชื่อชีจอเป๊กเก๋จอกุฏิหนึ่งชามห้องก็ลวดเตาอีอยากปัวแพงเราก็ไปมวยอยากปัวแพงก็รู้นั่งตอนได้นอมูเนื้อมวยเรารู้ให้เดียเนื้อตอนใหญ่ไปมูแล้วเราก็ไปเชนน้ำห้องช้อนใหญ่ก็ไปชิรู้ก็รู้นั่งตอนได้ก็ไปเติมป้าจีเนาะเนอะคนได้ยังคอนี่เจ้าเรามาถ่ายในเที่ยวนี่กูต่อถ่ายเลยให้เดียจะเพจที่รองเราไปตัวนี้เรารู้ได้เขียวนอเลยยัยรู้ได้เขียวว่าแม่งก็ไปเชื่อชิรู้ก็ไปเชื่อชิป้าจะยังไปหายหนึ่งเราอีหยาเขาไปต่อตรงเปลือยไปมุชิเราหายหนึ่งเราไปยาคือยาตีลูกเชื่อถว่าก็จอเวียดนามเราจะต้องเน้นทั้งเนี่ยนอเลยก็เป็นเราเลยตัวเตะเที่ยวแล้วชีเราเป็นเราเลยกงเชื่อท่องกงชื่อโอเคเนาะ 别看到也考我，你莫太早去领导，我转到了呢。I don't know how we can. Oh, you got it. You got the magic touch. Wow. Hey, can have that magic touch. Now I'll be able to go on with my program. Okay, last but not least, please help me welcome our past commander of VFW Post 8280 Pipeline in Wisconsin, Herbs Westlaw.
As I said this morning, I had changed my notes 3 times while listening to the rest of the speakers. And somehow this afternoon, I had to change them again because somebody was looking over my shoulder and told everything that I wanted to say. And that's basically, thank you, and thank you. As an unofficial representative for the Veterans of Foreign Wars, and as a member of our post, we want to thank you. Having experienced this event with you today, and as a member of the post that sponsors classes in our high schools on patriotism, I'm going to push that we use this day as an example and as a history lesson to those students. I'm proud to have met you today, and the experience today is tremendous. And I salute all the Laotian veterans. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Again, thanks. Thank you, Herbs. Nếu chúng mình đã hay nếu hay thì một trong lần đầu tổ và lần thứ hai là hai lần thứ trong câu li lần thứ bỏ thì bao tiền là hai đó chỉ là gì nếu muốn được trả lời cho là một sai chỉ muốn là chỉ có hai tàu là thì sử dụng xe thì chủ sáng sắp tới giờ trong này cho cô tu trò và nếu xa hơn này và ý rồi giờ cái dùng xe thì một chuyện gì thông một lần đầu là chỉ biết học program thì cơ này thì chỉ vấn đề làเขาcơ nó là chỉ có hayเขารู้มันchỉ cho biết cho và biếtตัว keynote speaker ที่biết cho guest speaker cho. Well, our program is coming to an end, and before I give these mics to Tham Patan or President Jabrongwan to close the remarks, on behalf of Wisconsin Law Veteran, I would like to thank you. It's a great honor to have you all here. Our Senator Jared Petruski. Before I'm going to move on to our guest speaker, that story that you told us earlier with Sarah and her husband, I think I should, translate that to our family out here, because I can't sleep if I can't. If I don't do the translation, because this is one of the most inspiring story that I heard in many, many years. Còn nói với khó đắn hình của cô xã mỗi cho là một thạc kia cho biết cho nên cho gì hay thì Senator Jared Petruski cô tàu mỗi tổ một trong khóa và ta nếu cô thả mình chỉ cho nếu cô mua ý ra đắn hình lọ giờ ý đành đợi của tổ chí tàu một tròn đời có cho nó lại thì xin nếu cô tàu sâu ý chọn đợi cho các lạc kia tôi nếu tụ con hay thì nhớ rằng là xưa cô tàu chạy là một tàu lúc nú thiên tàu lúc lì lọ nó lại chỉ mua xí hở của yêu là sau tàu ít chọn đợi là khi đâu có khi sao cái lúc thiên nhọn đời của thiết của ở lúc họ mua nếu xả đi cho đâu có cô tàu mua tàu chọn tàu ya và cô sơ sáng cho thiết của nhau xe กูสักที่เราก็ให้เดียยาอีหลังจีเดี๋ยวก็เที่ยวเจนึงกูยาอีหลังเป็นสังเดี๋ยวจะมีการกูปอเตาเลยให้เดียก็จอดท่อนอยาอีก็จอดท่อสอจอนชันเตายามวนเตายาเธอสังเทียมมวนเตายาชื่อว่าเรากูเธอสอนรุ่นนังยาตอนเดชีปอเตาให้เดียยายาเท่าตื้อเที่ยยาตาตื้อกูมาจากก็หลังชีเตาแล้วก็เดี๋ยวชีก็เคียตัวก็ป้อให้เดียเราน้อยยากูโมเลยยามุติไทยรู้ได้เธอก็โมได้เธอทายังเดี๋ยวชียาโน้ตื้อเอชิโมจะมองกูหลังชีชิเตาก็นิวชิเตาก็เที่ยก็ชิเตาก็เลยทอก็ก้อนย้อนจงให้เดียโน้ตื้อยาโมอีจะหัวจัวและยาอีจะปาจัวเราโมเจ้าตัวก็ชับผูจีใช้เตาให้เดียกูย้อนแต่ก็อีชาโอปาตัวก็ชับผูลิทอกูชนทก็หนึ่งย้อนเอกูสักเฮียตัวก็มดสกินยอเลยเนาะย้อนเด่นเดโมเอก็ซักว่าเทียชันยอเทียก็ซักซักกูก็มดสาให้เดียรุ่นหนึ่งยาตาทอลอจงลีอีจะปาจงลีอีจะมองโฉเดี๋ยวชีว่าชื่อ有时候这样ทางใดก็เจอยากูnhớ chỉ tao nó có là cú xá có tù cho mình nhỏ giờ ở tù nhiều tù có lo thiết khi ra đó nên trong cái hay tiệc của ý lần gì lo lù cơ thiết lo ba cơ của hạt khi đó có hay tiệc giờ thầu một trăm hồng cú đi có cho nó chắc là sao lần đó có nhỏ cú xá khi đó có hay tiệc cho cái chạy có mù mò của lúc xem bồi chả thiết cho cái chắc là tròn tu bồi chả giờ giờ cho nó mòn tuกันดูเที่จงดูหล่อก็ยิ่งเจียงลุนุจีตะกูหมู่จะเกลูเทียนยอขอเที่ยสันนึกก็ชับพลูวัวโจเกอเดชินยากันจงยาจิมอกูเลยกูตุนจูปลียิ่งเจียงทางใดก็ยายันจงให้เดียกูจิตะกะละเจก็จัวยาถือจัวตือยามเลยเจ้าก็ชับพลูจีนึงยากูจังเต้าเลยเดียชัวจากกูตุจอlỡ cho cái nhỏ lỡ cho cái lú thiết cho cái chuột cho chế này tao muốn trong món trả cho một ba trâu lú tí chờ rong yên của lịch cụ thiên con nói ya hay làm để cho cái lú thiên nhỏ chuột cho lú tí chờ vậy cho đã nên tổ chức cũng yên xa lời thì mua inu tư bên tên này tên gì inu nên tư yok thế để nào trâu để mình tôi miêu là dân tôi lú tụ chùa để rồi này được kia là để chỉ bao sư thì chỉ thọ còn nên mua đa năng cho một trò tôi cho tu dân thành chế cho một số ổn đời cho bây giờ mình tôi nhiều cỡ kia tổng nó cho luôn những cái thằng đấy nữa. Okay, continue with our schedule. Last but not least, I would like to welcome President Jablong Van to do the close remarks of the day. Please welcome.
Thank you. More veterans and Vietnam veterans. This is guest speaker. I'm going to brief you a little bit. And this morning we celebrate very specific, very special for the May 14th. That's for General Van Posse's legacy and his people. And Highground here is a little bit different. Thank you, John Weller, to allow me here. Highground is a special place to keep and collect the each individual people who serve the nation, serve the military, and serve the SDU in Laos during the Vietnam War and Secret Wars in Laos, 1961 to 75. Like your grandpa, your father, your uncle, your mom, your aunt, and yourself. Here is to keep those information for the generation to know about our history. That's the important part in the Highground here. So I know you are tired. My conclusion, thank you everybody to be patient all day long here. And especially I want to thank you, our Senator Joey Patinsky. You will ask for a long day. Thank you. Chakutinicha, Takinote, Haimaya, Haizalu, make a project in Chapel. Yaza, they change it and my party, the Takutucha, or Inu Ching, Lulu, Chili Duko. As she Hanaman in Saminji, they do high ground on a year. Call Pete, running the Telatuning. Và tôi tu trò chỗ công tác chỗ hỗ trợ ý là SU nhất cái chấm lòi có giờ có này có gì có chính giờ có tụ po có tụ mỏ thế có tụ kinh cho nó họ nó bây giờ mình tụi mình yêu nó sẽ là nó có po thì đều là chỉ nó也很正经我cho nó đi sẽ là tua sẽ là những cái cơ là thì chỉ thế nó也很坚持cho bị mong nó nhau lúc thế cho nó có lúc po thì nó mà thao我cho nó sẽ được nữa tôi đến tôi chơi là我做，到那些了，一些差不多我做了别多了，去了也多，要别一路谈了天，要你别叫不弄个，要个人了，个是的，我们接加入费，个政府我才发财钱了。Thank you everybody, and drive safely and go home. Thank you so much.